Okay, let's just get right into it. Welcome to This Explainer. We're going to tackle something that's profoundly personal, maybe a little uncomfortable, but honestly, it is incredibly empowering. We're looking at the actual blueprint of your daily life, unpacking some fascinating concepts from the architects of time, reclaiming your life purpose. Think about it. We literally all get the exact same 24 hours in a day, right? Yet how we spend those hours dictates absolutely everything about our future. So today we're going to shine a light on those invisible habits that are quietly draining your time and energy, and most importantly, how you can hop back into the driver's seat and start consciously engineering your days.
It's a pretty heavy question, isn't it? But seriously, ask yourself, are you wasting your life? And hey, I am not talking about taking a well-deserved weekend off or enjoying a lazy Sunday on the couch. I'm talking about those unnoticed, insidious little micro-habits that just steal our time. We don't usually throw our lives away in massive, dramatic decades. Actually, scratch that. We let it slip away in 5-minute increments. Just a little bit here, a little bit there. It's the time spent staring at a screen, avoiding the tough work, or just kind of drifting without a map. But honestly, recognizing this uncomfortable reality, that is the very first step toward getting your time back.
Part 1. Digital Traps and Doom Scrolling.
So we've all been there, right? It's 2 a.m., your retinas are burning, and you are 10 miles deep into a comment section about a topic you literally didn't care about an hour ago. But here's the thing you need to know. Doom scrolling isn't just you lacking willpower, it's a dopamine-driven trap. When the world feels super uncertain, our brains are biologically hardwired to seek out information to keep us safe. So we consume all this negative content trying to satisfy a craving for control. But the ironic twist, it does the exact opposite. It spikes our anxiety. You are quite literally paying for stress using the currency of your own life.
The crucial fix here really comes down to the difference between aimless scrolling and intentional consumption. Aimless scrolling is completely passive. It's letting some algorithm dictate your mood, your thoughts, your whole schedule. Intentional consumption, on the other hand, puts you right back in the architect's chair. It means deciding, before you even unlock your phone, what exactly you are looking for. Maybe you're checking a specific tutorial or just replying to a friend. You decide what you're doing and how much time you're going to spend doing it. Basically, you have to stop refreshing the feed and start directing your focus.
Part 2. Paralyzed by perfection and aimlessness.
Okay, let's poke right at the wound of procrastination. We kind of love telling ourselves that we're just perfectionists, right? Like it's some sort of badge of honor. But perfectionism paralysis is something entirely different. It's the literal inability to begin or finish a task because of this overwhelming fear that the result just won't be flawless. It's basically a psychological fear of failure wearing a tuxedo. We convince ourselves we just have incredibly high standards, but in reality, our brains are just protecting our egos from the pain of making a mistake. And the end result? We do absolutely nothing and our goals just sit there gathering dust.
The only real psychological cure for that kind of paralysis is immediate, messy action. Waiting for the perfect moment, or the perfect mood, or the perfect skill set, that is a guaranteed way to stay completely stagnant. You have to give yourself permission to write a terrible first draft, or to have a really clumsy first workout, or to just stumble completely through your first attempt at a new skill. Action creates momentum, and you know what? Momentum ultimately defeats fear every single time.
But what happens if you don't even know what you're procrastinating on? Well, that is the ultimate cost of aimlessness. When you don't have clear goals defined, you end up just reacting to life instead of planning it out. Think about how easily this happens. Your alarm goes off, you answer some emails, you put out a few fires at work, you come home totally exhausted, watch some TV, and go to bed. Suddenly, it's Friday. Then in the blink of an eye, it's December. No way, right? But it happens. When we lack a target, we just drift through our weeks entirely unnoticed. It's honestly like getting into a car and driving in circles until you run completely out of gas.
Part 3. Toxic ties and neglected health.
We so often think of time management as just, calendars and to-do lists. But your time is utterly useless if you don't have any energy to spend it. These invisible energy drains, things like maintaining unsupportive relationships or lingering in really negative environments, they act like a virus on your computer's hard drive. They just run in the background and slow absolutely everything else down. Add to that the neglect of our basic physical and mental well-being. When we ignore our fitness or our mental health, we are essentially trying to win a race in a car with 4 flat tires. It takes twice as much effort just to move an inch. These toxic ties and neglected self-care routines, they will quietly sabotage your life's purpose simply by draining your capacity to even pursue it.
Part 4. The long-term consequences.
The compounding effect of poor time management doesn't hit you immediately. It is a real slow burn. After 1 year of unchecked habits, you hit stagnation. You just feel like you're stuck in a rut. Fast forward to 5 years, that stagnation ferments into deep, deep regret. You see peers who actually took action, and you realize just how far behind you feel. And at 10 years results in lost potential. It's the haunting realization of who you could have become if only you had taken control of your daily actions. Yeah, it's a heavy thought, I know, but it is totally necessary to see the cliff before you accidentally drive over it.
Part 5. Reclaiming your life purpose.
Okay, so here is your architectural blueprint for taking your time back. 5 concrete, rapid-fire steps that correspond directly to those pitfalls we just talked about. Step 1. Unplug purposefully. Set real physical boundaries with your devices. Step 2. Define one clear goal. Look, you do not need a 10-year master plan today. Just pick one single target to aim at so you stop drifting. Step 3. Act before you're ready. Break that perfectionism paralysis by taking messy, immediate action. Step 4. Audit your circle. Distance yourself from energy vampires and negative environments. And finally, Step 5. Move your body. You've got to treat your physical and mental health as the foundational fuel for absolutely everything else you want to achieve in life.
Look, the time that has already passed is gone, and there is absolutely no point in stressing over it. But the time ahead of you, that is a completely blank canvas. You know the traps now, you understand the psychology behind them, and you have the blueprint in your hands. So, as this explainer wraps up, I want to leave you with one final question to really think about: what will you build with the time you have left? Don't wait for tomorrow, start architecting your life today.